Hey YouTube land, and welcome to this new video which took months to create. No, it's been months that I created a new video, and for a few weeks I wanted to finish this video because this video is about the Samsung S21 Ultra. This beauty here, against the Canon EOS M50 with its zoom lens up to 150, which is more or less the equivalent of the zoom range that the S21 Ultra has. Well, let's run the intro and see how it goes. So here they both are, going head to head. In this video I'm mainly going to compare the picture quality of the S21 Ultra and how well it stacks up against the EOS M50. I used several lenses, so I used this zoom lens with that's all more or less the equivalent of the 10x. I also used a wide angle because there's a wide angle on this. I don't have really a macro lens, but we're gonna see how it went. But I also took this one into the forest and tried to create some kind of B-roll. Not really my thing, but I like to do new stuff. So, and I want to show you how well the video works with the default stabilization. So I didn't use any gimbal, just recorded it, edited it in my software, and well, this is what came out of it. So the first picture, 10x zoom. I don't gonna say upfront which one is which, so you can decide for your own which one you think looks much nicer than the other, and I will pick mine and also explain why. Well, I will pick the left side because the bokeh effect, so this tree or this leaf or this branch, better said, is just popping out of this picture. That's the first. And if you would zoom in a bit, then you can see we have more details here. And I can guess that you have guessed which one it is. So the left side is the Canon, the right side is the Samsung. Well, let's move on to the next picture. And this is a picture of a deer. Oh dear. Pick your choice. For me, again, this time it would be the left side due to the, well, it's standing out, this deer, because of the bokeh effect. If you would zoom in a bit, let's do that. You can also see definitely more details. And again, left is the Canon, right is the Samsung. So clear winner is the Canon. If you want to have details, if you want to have a bokeh effect, you have to go with the Canon and his lens. Not to say that I'm not happy with the result of the Samsung. I'm very happy, and that is one of the reasons why I bought this phone, is that you have the 10x zoom range and all the range of all the zoom ranges from macro to 250 mil. But if I have to give the win to someone, it definitely be the Canon. Okay, another zoom option, and that is the 3x this time. So if you look at this picture, overall, you don't see too much, except for the color science. This is more yellowish, and I think this is more orange-like. If you zoom in a bit, then you can probably see which one is which. So you see a bit more grain here in the clouds, and also with this metro sign. And also, if you look at the finer details here, you can clearly see that the right side is the Canon, and the left side is the Samsung. But overall, I have to give the win to the Canon, but overall, it's not bad what we got with the 3X. The portrait shot. So pick your winner. So what do I see? I see, if I look at this jacket, so much more details. Also, if you look at the hair, let's zoom in a bit in the hair, and you can see with the Samsung, because this one is the Samsung, the right one, you get a free haircut. That's maybe nice when you have Corona and the barbers are closed, but yeah, the edge detection, it's doing its job here, but like everything, if it's more complex with leaves or hair, it fails on you. So definitely win for the Canon here. So now let's push the Samsung S21 Ultra to the limits, and let's use the main sensor with the 108 megapixels. If you would choose now a picture, you can say, well, the left one is brighter than the right one. I can say there is more HDR going on here if you compare this to this regular shot, because I didn't shoot this with an HDR setting. So this is the Canon and this is the Samsung. If you would look at the details now, let's do that a bit. Now I would say, look at this part. Look at this part. We have more details with the Samsung S21 Ultra. So in this picture, I'd say, well, if you're looking for details and you want to have details, and even if you look at the HDR and the total picture, I would say I would give it to the Samsung this time. Let's go to another detail shot. I guess you have already made your choice now. Well, what do I see here? More similar pictures, only this one is brighter, and this is probably due to the aperture, 1.8 from the Samsung. So this is the Samsung, the right side, and this is the Canon. If you would zoom in now, and you would look at the details, again, we see a lot of details. Sure, the color is different. I think maybe I don't know, but I think that the Samsung was color accurate. But if you look at the details, I think, well, at least it's a match. I'm happy with both results. Well, the Samsung is lighter, so I can say, well, give it to the Samsung. This is the last one. And if you pay attention to the previous picture, you know, well, lower aperture number, so brighter picture overall. So you can see that this is the Samsung, and this is the Canon. And if we now zoom in a bit, and we're looking at the details here, and then this might be in the ropes that you see here. Yeah, I can say finally I can give a win to the Samsung. HDR. Well, look at the picture. I think you don't have to need to have a lot of time to figure out which one is the better picture. For me, that is the left one. Why? Well, look at this. Look at the road here. And well, look at this. Look at the stones. Look, well, we can zoom in a bit, and let's do that. And again, the HDR here is better retained. So this is the Samsung. So well, job done well there. But if you look at the details, and this is with the main lens, right? So if you look at the details, then yeah, again, and this is shot with the Canon M50 in an HDR setting. So I would prefer, again, the Canon. The ultra wide. Well, as you can see, the left side is wider Even the snow is wider, but that is something you adjust in post. And my pick would be the right side. And why? Well, let's zoom in a bit. Let's check this out. I see grain here. I see a lack of detail here. I see a color that it isn't gray, it's green, and for sure this one is gray. This color is, well, accurate. So I see green, strange colors, and I see lack of detail. So overall, a clear winner for the right side, which is the Canon. If I now would go to the next one, and the next one is also a bit of a wide angle HDR shot. So we're looking at two things at once. For me, although I don't know how I created this one, I've looked in the camera, I don't see any glitch, but I keep it there. It's nice. I didn't make any adjustments, by the way. So, but for me, the right side is the winner. Don't mind the building; it's crooked. But if you look at the details of the grass, and if you look at the details here, it's way too green, and that will give it away. This is the Samsung, and if you look at the details, well, yeah, look at the sand. I think it's clear. The only thing that Samsung did maybe better is retaining the sun a bit. Overall, an okay picture, but again, a clear win for the Canon. Moonshot. Well, you got to have a moonshot. So I think it's an easy choice to pick which one is which or which your favorite. My favorite is the left side. And yes, you guessed it, this is the Samsung. Really, this is the Samsung. And on the right side, it's the Canon. I tried it a few times. They were both on a tripod. I focused everything, but probably something to do with the science behind the Samsung phone. I don't know, but clearly a winner here is the Samsung. So finally, night pictures. Both are taken on a tripod. Why? Because if I would use the Samsung handheld and I will compare that to a handheld picture of the Canon, I will probably never get a picture close to what I'm seeing here. So because it will be shaky and so on. So I need to have a tripod. So with the Samsung, I can take it by hand with my hand. But if I want to compare, well, what is possible with those cameras, and if I would take such a shot, I will always bring a tripod. So if you would now look at the pictures, you can see that the left side is brighter, yes, and the right is more dimmed. Although if I look at the colors, well, the Samsung, which is the left side, is a bit off if you compare it to the right side. And if you would look, well, at the details, clearly go to the edges, then you will probably see, well, it's not even a competition, but let's take even the middle, because that's where I focused on. Then it's a clear winner. So if you want to take a night shot and you want to have the best possible, hands down the Canon. If you don't have a tripod, hands down the Samsung. But this is what the Canon and the Samsung can do. So clear win for the Canon. And here it is, the final picture, which is a macro shot of a peacock feather. Well, at first glance, you would say, why is the other zoomed in more than the other? Well, that is because one can zoom in much closer to the subject than the other. So this is the best both can do. Choose your pick. Well, my pick still is the right side, which is the Canon. And why? Because you can zoom in, make it more or less even as large as the other one, and still you can see much more details if you compare that to this picture. I focused on this part, but even if you would zoom into this part, you can clearly see, although it's getting a bit more grainy, but we have more details. So, yep, happy with that. Although I think that the macro possibility of the S21 Ultra is great. It's great to have it on the phone, so it's always with you, so you can use it. But even though I would choose the Canon for a macro shot. So there you have it. The results are Canon beats the Samsung. Well, that wasn't a huge surprise. What was a surprise was the moonshot was much better with the Samsung S21 Ultra if you compare it to the EOS M50. And also, well, not a too big a surprise, but the 108 megapixel isn't the gimmick. You get really a lot of details in your shot. So if you use it and you want to have details, you have the option. You don't even have to bring your mirrorless camera. If you want to zoom, if you want to get details of a macro shot, etc. Clearly, hopefully in the future the gap will be smaller. I will be there to test it and to show it to you guys because I'm waiting at a day that I think is that or is that the that's where I'm waiting for. Sorry for the audio quality, what I did with the pictures. I will try to fix it the next time and hope to see you and catch you in the next time. See you.